was 30 years ago in Ajax, Ontario, Canada. She came out kicking and screaming, and she was huge. She was actually the biggest baby in that nursery. I had no idea at the time that this little girl was going to grow up and be my best friend. And I felt truly, truly blessed that day, and I feel truly blessed today. Love you.
Hello! Happy birthday, Gil.
Oh, hey, Carly. Happy birthday.
I came to dance, 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 dance. I hit the floor cause that's my plans, 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 plans. I'm wearing all my favorite brands, 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 brands. Give me some space for both my hands, 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 hands. You, cause it goes on and on and on. And it goes on and on and on. Yeah, I throw my hands up in the air sometimes, saying, ayo. I came to move, 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 move. Get out the way of me and my crew, 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 crew. I'm in the club, so I'm gonna do just what the folk came here to do. Yeah.
Hello, Gil. Happy birthday, Gil.
If I had to describe Carly in one word, it would be dependable.
Spirited, because she's full of energy, enthusiasm, and determination.
One word I would use to describe Carly is quirky.
I would describe Carly in one word as just being honest.
Authentic. What you see is what you get.
One word I would use to describe Carly is genuine. I think she is incredibly kind and sweet and selfless.
Good or bad, right or wrong, she's always going to be upfront with you, and she's always going to be honest with you.
Exuberant. The girl is full of life. It's never a dull moment, that's for sure.
One word that I would use to describe Carly would be juicy-farts.
If I had to describe Carly in one word, it would be selfless.
Her huge heart. But I think from that, she is like the world's best friend and very giving and generous and so willing to help. But I think that all comes from her heart, so I have to say heart.
If I had to describe Carly Morris with one word, it would be caring. Now, while that might sound like the most generic word to use to describe one of your best friends, it's the most accurate word.
I think it would be caring. Caring Carly. Because she's always taking care of everyone and worried about how everyone's feeling and doing.
Caring. She's absolutely one of the most caring friends that I have, one of the most caring people that I know.
And Carly, you take caring to a level that is unlike any of my other friends.
I think it's awesome that you're so caring about your friends, you're so loyal, and it's going to make you an amazing mom. I'm sure you already are.
Fierce. She's a fierce dancer, she's a fierce friend, and she's a fierce mom.
If I were to describe you in one word, it would be artistic. I was blown away by how talented you are. When you did the paintings of Rita and Lola, it meant so much to me. I think Mike probably told you, but I burst out in tears when I opened those on Christmas Day.
The one word that I have is creative. I believe that she is an extremely creative person when she is creating parties or fun things for us to do as a group.
And obviously I love my dogs very much, as you know, and I was blown away by how talented you are and obviously the thoughtfulness that went into making that gift.
She's a painter, she's very creative with her paintings, and even refurbishing things from Craigslist is something that she does on a fairly regular basis. It's something that I admire in Carly, and I'm really grateful that she brings it to our group of friends.
Energy. And that's that ball of energy that we know that's you. The energy that you use first with your family, with Joe,
Frank,
Albert,
And Marley.
now Marley, your wonderful, beautiful son.
I would describe her as organized. Carly not only plans every single event, she remembers everyone's birthday and anniversary.
But we also wanted to talk about the energy that you used to get our boys through law school. We're so appreciative of what you did and how you held that group together. And that was all because of that energy.
And from the first day that I met her, I knew that she just lives the way she lives, and I really admire that quality in her. And I think she's incredibly authentic to who she is and living in this world the way she does, and it's very sweet.
Now let's dance.
One more time. One more time. One more time. We're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, alright. Don't stop the dancing. One more time. We're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, alright. Don't stop the dancing. One more time. We're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, alright. Don't stop the dancing. One more time. We're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah. One more time.
My first memory of Carly was on 4th of July. I believe the year was 2012. She came in Canadian gear and was wearing something called a jammy pack, which is a fanny pack with speakers.
Carly showed up with a fanny pack that had speakers in it that she had her iPhone plugged into with a dance mix, of course, and proceeded to drag a ton of people out onto the lawn.
My first memory of you is at Jenna and Brian's Christmas party, probably 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago.
You would have people believe, Carly, that our first moment together was me not knowing that you were dating Joe and trying to hit on you, and then turning to Joe and saying, "Where are all the hot girls?"
I did not know anyone, and you telling me that I looked like Mike's sister, so yeah. I really hope Mike doesn't think that.
My first memory of Carly was her sitting on the back of the bus with me on the way home from the zoo in 8th grade and just talking the entire time.
I remember that a little bit differently. I remember being this young, hip guy in law school, full head of hair, world at my disposal, and I saw this girl wearing flannel, and I saw this guy wearing flannel. That's my first memory of Carly Morris.
One of my favorite memories of Carly is Kira's birthday party when we all dressed up like nerds, and she made headgear out of, I don't know what it was made out of, but it was fantastic.
My favorite memory with Carly was definitely Carly's wedding, Carly and Joe's wedding. I think the wedding just like fit the two of you so well. It fit Carly's personality so well, and that's what made it so fun and so amazing to be at.
My favorite memory with Carly was the first couple minutes right after Marley was born, when it was just the three of us.
Anytime that I turned the corner and she was naked eating out of the fridge on the floor when I lived with her, that was the best.
Segways. And the infamous or famous Segway tour that we had around Portland. And famous for that we got a chance to mosey around our city with you guys and where I almost got thrown off the first time I stepped on one.
We're hitting up the late night McDonald's, maybe getting some McFlurries and a little Red Box. And these two 15-year-old young African-American men happen to notice you. And I don't think you were able to make a full, coherent sentence after that.
What quality do I admire in Carly the most? Well, I would have to say it's perseverance. When she makes up her mind to do something, nothing is going to stop her. Just ask Joe.
I've seen the woman move an entire Pottery Barn sectional on top of a Hummer and all by herself.
I mean, the girl single-handedly put a sectional on top of a Hummer, or I think the story goes something like that.
She is a wonderful, wonderful person. I think she cares deeply for the people she does care about, and she doesn't give a shit about the people she doesn't give a shit about, which I feel also makes her my spirit animal.
One thing that I admire about Carly is her loyalty and dedication to her friends and people that are involved in her life. She would truly do anything for that person or dog, including murdering and hiding a body.
I remember when she was very young, and she really wanted to prove she could do anything. She'd ball up her little fist sort of like this and stare at you right in the face and say, "I Harley, I strong."
The most annoying thing that Carly probably does is says that she's the strongest person alive and she's the fastest person alive, because it's not true.
The weirdest thing she ever did as a child was probably the time she decided to kick a hole in her bedroom wall because my mom wouldn't let her have a grilled cheese sandwich in the hot tub.
She keeps life exciting. She brings friends together. She convinces me to get a dog.
What song do I think describes Carly perfectly? Well, it would have to be Crazy Love by Van Morrison. After all, when you think about Carly, she gives us love. Love, love, love. Crazy love.
I mean, Carly is anywhere from like a she-wolf to, at one point in time, she was Taylor Swift's 22, and she could always be so obsessed with me. But the one that I think stands above them all is She's Definitely a Firework by Katy Perry.
And the song that best describes Carly is...
Give me your attention, baby. I gotta tell you a little something about yourself. You're wonderful, flawless, ooh, you a sexy lady. But you walk around here like you wanna be someone else. Ooh, I know that you don't know it, but you're fine, so fine. Fine, so fine. Ooh, oh girl, I'm gonna show you when you're mine, oh mine. Mine, oh mine. Treasure, that is what you are. Honey, you're my golden star. You know you can make my wish come true. If you let me treasure you. If you let me treasure you. Oh, oh. Pretty girl, pretty girl, pretty girl, you should be smiling. A girl like you should never look so blue. You're everything I see in my dreams. I wouldn't say that to you if it wasn't true. Ooh, I know that you don't know it, but you're fine, so fine. Fine, so fine. Ooh, oh girl, I'm gonna show you when you're mine, oh mine. Mine, oh mine. Treasure, that is what you are.
The habits I've picked up from Carly is loose clothing all the time for ultimate comfort.
Have I picked up any traits or habits from Carly over the years? Well, I would have to say that it's probably farting, because until Carly came along, I really never had any experience with that.
One thing I've learned from Carly is that the more ridiculous you look, the more fun you're going to have at the party.
One habit or trait that I picked up from Carly is probably drinking alcohol.
if I got one trait that I picked up from Carly, it might be... Oh, who is that? Is that my sweet angel, Nellie? Oh.
You want someone hot? You want to go outside? You want someone hot? Is that Frank? Is that Frank? It's talking to your animals.
My God, it's my sweet angel. My God, Nellie.
She enjoys talking in a dog voice, just like I do.
I have begun to accept dog hair as much as Carly does.
I would want Carly on a deserted island with me because she would take the best photos of me that I could Instagram later.
If I was on a deserted island with you, I would absolutely need you by my side because I feel that you have this innate ability to communicate with animals.
If Carly had a superpower, it would probably be that she could talk to animals.
I think the superpower that Carly would have would be the ability to talk to animals.
Because you'd basically be Snow White and birds and squirrels and deer if those are on islands. I don't actually know what lives on an island. But, you know, maybe snakes or something, and shellfish would probably become friends with us, and they would help us survive. I don't know.
Disney princess thing where she just sings a little bit and birds come flying in to help her out and mice start making her dresses and shit.
Carly's one superpower would definitely be telekinesis. That way she'd be able to ask me if I'm alive at all times, never have to worry ever again.
Carly actually currently possesses a superpower, and her superpower is the ability to not shower for days and still look fabulous.
I would describe Carly's style of dance as something like an epileptic like kangaroo, because like there's a lot of like kicks and like punches, kind of like a kangaroo.
Aggressive and crotch-centric.
You know, one of my classic, like, think of Carly things that she says is how she'll talk about how she's starving, eat a bunch of food, and then say, "Well, I'm gonna puke." Well.
One weird thing that Carly and I have in common, and it's probably our love for chicken pot pies.
Something especially weird that Carly and I have in common is our lovable, cross-eyed animals.
What will Carly be doing 30 years from now? Well, I figure she'll be living at 2300 Seymour. She'll have 6 kids, probably 6 dogs, and maybe if she's lucky, 2 88-year-olds living in her basement.
30 years from now, Carly will be living with me on Buck Mountain.
There's going to be a million massive dogs swarming around her and licking her and just getting hair everywhere.
Inappropriately spending money and hoarding from treasures we find at the dump.
30 years from now, I think Carly will be sitting on her deck with 6 dogs yelling at Joe.
Well, your tenacity has provided for your family some wonderful times, some wonderful moments, and some wonderful times and some wonderful moments for our family as well.
She keeps me young, and she's one of the only people that I can roll the windows on my car down with and blast like Katy Perry in downtown Portland and just scream the lyrics with. And it keeps me young. So that's why I keep her around, and that's why I will keep her around for a very, very, very long time.
What song describes Carly perfectly to me is Natasha Bedingfield's Unwritten, because who doesn't want to feel the rain on their skin? And just remember, Carly, today is where your book begins, and the rest is still unwritten.
All right.
And she's just plain a beam of life. So thank you, Carly.
Okay. Happy birthday, Carly.
Happy birthday. I'm so stoked for you, and I hope you have a great day.
It's in the way you love, and I can see that this is real. It's in the way you talk, it's in the way you touch, and I can see. This is real love. This is real
so awesome and there for everybody. So we love you and happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Carly.
I love you. Happy birthday.
We just want to really wish you a very, very happy 30th birthday. Bye.
Happy birthday to you.
And that's my dear sweet friend Carly.
Take it slow and wait our turn. Hold my breath, 'cause I
That hurt a little.